Okay, Matrix, now we're doing phase 2. What is expected of you. So obviously this is last year's PATs that I'm going to be demonstrating for you guys, kind of what you need to be doing. And because phase 2 is a lot of work in terms of the project, it's one of the biggest sections in this project, I am going to quickly go through what we are going to be discussing today for this video. So if this is not what you wanted to see, then it might be in the next video. So yeah, let's just get started. Okay, presentation requirements. Okay, so now basically, even with your PAT for this year, what you have to do is present the selected solution as a set of working drawings, okay, and meet the following criteria. You can sit, but just give space. Come, not there, sweetie. There we go. Okay, so all the working drawings must be prepared on appropriately sized drawing sheets, set up with correct borders. So this your teacher's going to help you with. I'm not going to go through this with you guys now because, like I say, you can just ask your teacher. I'm just going to go through the more technical things where a lot of you guys are struggling. The drawings must provide clear evidence that a high level of competency has been attained in the following 2 drawing methods: instrument drawing and CAD. If you don't use CAD, you don't need to worry. Okay, so basically what they're doing is they're just testing your drawing abilities here. So what we're going to be doing now, I'm going to be using last year's PAT as an example because I can't obviously use this year's PAT, but this will help you to get an idea of what is expected of you. So you're going to draw detailed layout drawings of your complete building. So obviously for you guys, it will be your restaurant and museum. For this one here, it's a conference center. I'm also not going to draw the entire conference center. I'm just going to draw enough in to kind of show you guys what needs to be done, all right? Okay, so today I'm going to be drawing the floor plan, 2 elevations, detailed sections, and that must be a scale 1 to 20. That is the same for you guys as well. And then they say here, include the following on all relevant views: all exterior features including door and window detail. Okay, window and door frames must be shown in 2 elevations. Okay, roof detail, including rainwater items and roof lines. This is the same for your guys' PAT, I believe. Permanent fixtures, electrical fittings and wiring detail, waterway disposal systems, titles, levels and nodes, scales used, detailed dimensioning, cutting planes or hatching detail, north point. Okay, so this has to be included in these 3 drawings here, which is what we're going to do today. So I'm just quickly going to draw up a basic layout just so that we can cover what all of this means, because this is where everyone's getting confused. What does it mean if I need to include the door and window detail? What are permanent fixtures? Okay, so we're going to draw this, and then it will help you obviously with your PAT as well, because if you have a look at the paper at the back over here, where is it now? Floor plan. Okay, so this is what we're doing. Floor plan. Do you see correlation with selected freehand solution? So that means that it has to be the same as the selected freehand solution you chose. It doesn't have to be exact, but you have to see that it's the same building, right? All internal and external walls and roof lines, all doors including rotation door and windows, all permanent fixtures, all electrical fittings and the wiring detail, wastewater disposal systems, title, levels and notes, detailed dimensioning, hatching detail and cutting plane, suitable scale selected and correctly indicated, and north point. And then it will obviously be the same for the elevations and the detailed section. So what we're going to do is we're going to start off by just drawing up the floor plan, and then we will move on to the elevations and the detailed section for you guys to understand. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, as I said, I'm not going to draw the entire conference center. I just want to draw enough so that you can see kind of what your drawing should resemble once you've done. Okay, so obviously it's not going to be exactly the same as yours, but it will help you to understand what it means by having external internal walls, roof lines, rainwater downpipes, etc, etc. Okay, so over here I'm only going to do 3 rooms, and just to give you an idea, so I'm going to do the large open space within the building, no less than 110 meters, a small kitchen, and I am also going to do the bathroom, which I think is at the back here. There must be female toilet facilities. Okay, and the reason why I'm choosing these is just so that I can also show you how to do like what's expected with the bathroom for your permanent fixtures, and the kitchen as well, so that you can see also how your rainwater downpipe works, how your sewage works, and then obviously just a basic building, which will be the main area that I chose just to show you what we're going to do. Okay, so first thing they say here is a large open space concourse within the building of a floor area of no less than 110 meters squared. So one thing you need to realize is that in your PATs, most of the time they give you like the dimensions of a room or how much bigger or smaller it can or can't be. So here they give 110 for this large concourse. Normally what I do is I like to do some maths, and I like to basically take my calculator and decide how's it going to be. So say we have 110 and I want the one wall to be 5 meters, that will give me 22, right? So 110 divided by say 6 meters. Okay, that's a little bit funky, so I preferably won't use that one. Say we want it to be 7 meters, it'll be 15. 110 divided by 8. Okay, 110 divided by 10 now. Do you see 11? So I'm going to make my concourse, so my room 10, oh sorry, that's the bigger side, 11 by 10. Okay, so basically, because they say here you may not use a scale, or preferably don't use a scale smaller than 1 to 75, I'm going to use 1 to 75, which you know is like 1 centimeter. I mean, 1 meter in real life is 1.33 centimeters in real life. Okay, just give me a sec, the cat wants to go out quickly. Okay, so 1 to 75 means 1 centimeter. 1.33 centimeters in real life is equals to 1 meter. No, 1.33 centimeters on the paper is equals to 1 meter in real life. Okay, sorry about that. So now we know my building is 11 meters by 10 meters. Okay, so basically it would be better if you get a scale ruler. I'll actually just pop up a photo of what a scale ruler is onto your screen so that you can see what it is, because it makes it a lot easier. I obviously don't have a scale ruler with me right now, so I'm going to do a scale of 1 to 100, which means 1 centimeters on the papers, 1 meter in real life, just for simplicity, so that we don't sit here forever doing a drawing that's not even relevant to your project. It is going to help you understand your project, but you know what I mean. So basically what you're going to do is you're going to get the basic layout of what your design is going to be. So like for me, obviously I chose this as the concourse. I actually don't want it so far back, so I'm probably going to put the kitchen there. 10 meters squared, so a small kitchen of approximately 10 meters squared, so that could be 2 by 5. Let's see here, 10 divided by 2.5, let's do 2.5 because it gives us a little bit more room. So basically what you're going to do is you're going to work out the sizes of your room. So here I'm busy doing the kitchen. As you can see, I'm going to try and make these dots as dark as possible so that you can see kind of what I'm doing. And this is at a scale of 1 to 100, so just remember that you should be using 1 to 75. But as I said, I don't have a scale ruler, and it does make things a lot easier for you guys if you do have one. So I would recommend getting one if you haven't passed this stage already. It will help you a lot. Okay, so there we've got our kitchen, and then the bathroom, I don't believe they gave us a size. No, they just said that it must be able to fit a lot of people. So I'm just going to make a size up for the bathroom, seeing as I'm not actually going to follow the guidelines of this PAT completely. I'm just doing enough so that you can kind of see what we're doing here. So let's just make that 8 meters, and then we'll fill in the rest later. Okay, so this would be our kitchen so far. So I'm just going to put a K there, and this is our bathroom. Okay, So now we're going to do our conference center, which I chose 11 by 11 by 10. So you can see that's pretty much in line with this. Try be a little bit more creative with your designs. I'm just obviously, like I said, doing this so that you guys can get a brief understanding of what is expected of you. And then we'll go by 10. Okay. So like this here. So basically what I'm doing is I'm getting the basic outline of your building, which is what I recommend you always do before you even start doing all of the funny things that you're going to be doing for your pads, because it just helps you understand what you're working with. Okay, mine's obviously very basic and boring, but like I said, I'm not going to do a whole bang pat for you guys. I'm just doing enough to kind of show you what is needed to be done. Okay, so my recommendation is you always start by looking at this and you go in order as you draw. So like here, correlation with selected freehand solution and selection process summary. So let's say this is exactly the same as my design for my previous drawing. So then I'll tick that, be like, yes, okay, it's got the same shape. Now let's say I've got to put my doors and windows in. So this pat actually wanted rotating doors, but I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to do double swing doors, just for making this a little bit easier for everybody, so that we can get through this quickly and you don't have to sit through a lot of things. So there would be my door opening. So you can see I've left space for 2 doors, and then say I've got windows here, so let's just put a window in over here. We'll do quite a big window, and then we'll put a window in over here as well. Okay, and as I do that, I'm just going to draw lines going like this. Okay, do you see? You can actually do them out as well if you would like to, it doesn't really matter. Okay, so we've got that over there. All right, then say I've got some windows on the side, so maybe I choose this side here to be my main window side, and then we've got a little space, and then maybe a second window over there. And then if your windows are symmetrical, you can obviously bring them across like this, but if they're not, that's fine. Okay, so we're going to just put that over there and put that over there like that. So now we've got basically what we are going to be doing. Our windows, and then obviously our kitchen needs a door, so let's quickly put our kitchen door measurements in. I'm going to put it here so that it's not too much in the way. Okay, and then I'm going to stick, say, maybe a window over here. Okay, a nice big window, or maybe this size, because that's a bit unrealistic. Okay. Okay, so do you see how this will just help you to get in your window measurements? Okay, so basically that's what you're going to do. Okay, and then let's just pick bathroom windows. So we'll do one here, here, yeah. Okay, again, this is not relevant to the pat I'm also currently doing, so just to keep that in mind. Yeah, okay, so now we've done all of that. So now they say they want all internal and external walls and roof lines. So we know that an external wall has a measurement of 222 millimeters. So basically you're just going to take this measurement, divide it by your scale. So obviously I'm using 100, so I'll divide it by 100. But if you're using 75, you're going to divide that by 75, right? Okay, so my scale would be 222 divided by 75, which would be 2.9. So I'm just going to round it off to 3. Okay, and then all I'm going to do is I'm going to make a mark at 3 like this. Okay, and I'm going to do basically 1 on each side. So 3, and then 3 as well over here. Oh, we don't have a door for this conference center. Let's quickly put a door. We'll do a door over here, a nice big door. Okay, we'll do, this is an internal wall, so let's skip that for now actually. This is an external wall, so we'll do 3. And this is an external wall. So external wall means wall outside of the building. Okay, so basically a wall that carries a lot of weight, and then this here would also be an external wall. So we'll measure 3. Okay, so there you've got all of your thicknesses ready for your drawing, and likely you can just draw lines, right? This might be skew. This one looks skew. Yeah, it is skew. Okay, and then basically, do you see how I'm just drawing the lines in right now to kind of just get an idea of where my walls are going to be. Mine's a bit skewed, so just make sure you do yours nicely. So that's that one external wall, that's another external wall, and then this here is an external wall. Okay, so there's my external wall. Okay, and internal wall would be these internal ones here, and internal walls 101 millimeters. So again, you're just going to divide it by your scale. Because I'm using 100, mine is going to be 1.1, and so I'm just going to take a very small measurement like that and use that for my internal wall here, and then the same for this wall here. I'm going to do 1, 1. Okay, to make the internal wall. Okay, so basically once you've got the basic outline or like design of your wall, then you can kind of connect it all together. So I'm not going to do that with you. That's going to waste a lot of time for you guys to watch. I'm just going to draw it in so that you can see what they mean by internal and external wall details. Okay, so let me just do that quickly. Okay, so here's the internal and external walls. Obviously mine's not very neat, okay, because I'm just rushing through this to get through the basics with you guys. But you can see basically you have to do your walls, get your window points and door points in, and then hatch your walls. Remember, you're hatching for a wall. Let's just do a thing here. Will be 2 lines, big line, 2 lines. These must be the same. Big line, 2 lines, and a big line at 45 degrees. This I did by hand, this I did with the ruler. So my advice would be, if you want your drawing to look a lot nicer, use smaller ones like I've done here freehand. Don't do it freehand, but use smaller ones to see your walls better. It looks a lot neater than this over here, but that's not the point right now. Okay, now we need to get the roof line in. So you know that we were using a Dutch gable roof for this project here. So I'm just going to go with this Dutch gable roof over here, this sort of concept. That's kind of what it looks like, and I'm going to draw it in over here. Okay, so basically to do that you're going to find your overhang. So I'm just going to make my overhang 5 so that you can actually see what I'm doing. So I'm just going to start off with a light line going here, and I'm going to do 5 on either side. So here, 5 here. Okay, so just remember your overhang is pretty important. If you're not sure what overhang you need to use and they don't tell you in the project, I actually can't recall, but I'm not going to check now. Then my advice would be either check if they give it to you in the project. If they don't give it to you in the project, go to one of your workbooks where there's a roof line and measure that overhang, and then see what scale it is. So say the overhang is 2 millimeters and they're using a scale of 1 to 50, then times it by 50 to get the measurements, and then divided by your new scale. Okay, I hope that makes sense. Okay, and then we'll do a overhang over here, and we'll do the overhang over here as well. So like that. Okay. Yeah. Again, please don't copy this because I'm not doing anything according to PATs here. I'm just briefly giving you an idea of what is required of you. Okay, so please don't want to copy this. It's not going to be beneficial for you. Okay, so now for the Dutch gable, I'm just going to find the halfway mark. I don't know, I'm going to stick it here. Oh, it should be, yeah, that's fine. Okay. measurements I'm using are completely not relevant. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually just going to finish this off the camera and then show you what the roof line looks like once I'm finished. Okay, so basically your roof line is just an outline of what your roof is going to look like. On top of your drawing, it's lighter than the rest of your drawing and it's got dashed lines. So there we go, that's that explained. Okay, so then now that you've got all of that, you can be like, cool, all internal and external walls and roof lines. Okay, all doors, including the rotating door. This is according to last year's PAT. And windows, basically you've got to read that and be like, okay, I've got to do everything. So I'm going to quickly do it. And then when we're done, we'll move on to the next one. Okay, so once all your doors and windows are in, then you can check that. Okay, all permanent fixtures. So when we talk about permanent fixtures, I want you to imagine that you are going to buy a house that is not furnished. So furnished means it comes with couches and dining tables and things like that. Not furnished, so like the shell of the building, what would you be left with? And that's generally kitchen sinks, cupboards, bathroom like toilets, wash basins, showers, etc. So that's a permanent fixture. So that's what's going to be in here. So like in our kitchen, our permanent fixture would be sink, and in the bathroom it would be wash basins and toilets. Okay, and then built-in cupboards. So I'm just going to freehand these in. Do not do that, but I just want you guys to get a brief understanding of what that is. So I'm not going to spend too much time on it. I just want you guys to have a brief idea of what they mean by permanent fixtures. So for instance, here we have a sink. Okay, and then like I said, I'm just going to freehand. Do not do this. Water closet, and anyways, your bathroom shouldn't look like this because it would be weird to look at each other. So make sure you put dividers or something. Okay, and then you'll obviously have your wash basins. I don't know, let's just say I put them here. Obviously, when you're doing your patch, right, don't just assume what's going to go where. What you need to do is you need to have a look here. So let's see here. Let's start with the kitchen. The small kitchen of approximately 10 meters squared, which will be used for catering purposes. The kitchen must have a single sink, built-in cupboards, and sufficient work surfaces to prepare food, as well as space for a refrigerator and a stove. There must also be a built-in serving counter on the concourse. Obviously, I did not do all of this because I'm not going to do all of that. But that's what you basically need to do. Then you need to look at your kitchen. So once you're drawing up your stuff, you need to look at your kitchen and go, do I have this? Do I have that? Do I have X, Y, Z? Oh, I don't actually have a space for my fridge. Okay, here's a space for my fridge. Here's working counter space. And here's where my stove is going to be. Okay, so that's kind of what you need to be doing. Again, I'm just giving you a brief example using last year's PAT to kind of get you to understand what you need to do. So once you've got all permanent fixtures, you're going to be like, cool. Okay, all electrical fittings. Okay, obviously we know you're going to need lots of lighting. So the kitchen might need a light. So you're going to have your, I don't really use that light for the kitchen. You're going to have your switch and you're going to have a light for your kitchen. And then normally you have something, so let's just say a by 40 watts or something, I don't know. And then you're going to connect it. Use your French curve to connect your electrical fittings together. Okay. Then say you've got lights over there and you've got 3 switches, I don't know, connect it all over there. Okay. And then obviously you need switch socket outlets. So especially where your fridge is going to be, yeah, you're going to need a socket outlet. Okay. Same as with your building here, you're probably going to have switches. So you're going to have a switch and you're going to have your lighting. So I don't know, maybe we got 2 lights over there and they connect here. And then maybe you've got 2 lights over here and they connect over here. Okay, so basically what you need to be doing is all of the basics. You need to be going list by list by list to kind of determine what you need to be doing. When you've got that, you're going to be like, okay, great, got that. Wastewater disposal systems and sewage. So don't do any of this on the side, but I'm going to leave it. So basically what your wastewater is, you're going to be like, oh, yep, for sure, we know that the toilet is got wastewater, so they're going to all have to go out. So they might join, oopsie, that's supposed to be a dash line. They might join one sort of central line. Okay, cool. The wash basins might go underneath, but I would prefer if you to take it outside. But it's up to you at the end of the day. So maybe they connect on this line here. And go here. Okay, then you're going to put your inspection eye. Okay, don't forget all of this is all over your civil analytical, civil drawings. All you need to do is refer to your workbook, and I promise you all the answers will be there. Okay, then we've got our water closet and our sink. Okay, and then just got to lead down to the manhole. So then we go inspection chamber. Okay, so there we go. That's basically what they mean by getting your wastewater disposal systems in. Okay, titles, labels, and notes. So titles would be like floor plan, scale 1 to 100. But you guys have a title block, so I can't actually remember if you put it in there or not. So just double check with your teacher. And then title, labels, and notes. So labels and notes means this. So here you would have this as your kitchen, and then you would label it really nicely, kitchen, and then it's got a finished floor of say tiles. Then here you would have bathroom and tiles, and you would also have measurements on the side to show how much the side is. So say this is a measurement here, you would put, I don't know, what was this one again? I think 10,000 millimeters, right? So you would basically put your dimensions so that people know what you've got in there. So now we can say concourse, and maybe this is also tile, maybe it's even carpet, but I would say tile. Okay, so you got to make sure, okay, if you got all of your dimensions, have you got all of your labels? Okay, yes I do, cool. Detailed dimensioning, yes. Okay, there we go, went ahead on that. Hatching detail, yes. Okay, cutting plane. So you know that at some point you're going to have to take a cutting plane or a section. So say this section, I'm just using this part because for me it makes the most sense. But obviously, like I said, you need to read your PAT where they want you to have the section. So then I would be like, okay, that's AA. Where do they want the section for this? Okay, showing all detail from the foundation to the roof on a cutting plane that passes through the rotating door in the main entrance and a window. Okay, so basically the cutting plane would be here on the original parts through the rotating door and a window. So I might take it all the way to the back through a window here, or maybe my design were different. So all of these are things you need to consider before you actually draw it in. But anyways, okay, suitable scale selected, and then north point. So north point will be on your drawing over here. Do not freehand it. So where is the north point? Okay, if you look at your site plan, they give you the north point, right? So my building is going to land up over there. So my north point would be facing downwards like this, just like as you see on the site plan. Do you see? Okay. And that's basically kind of what they need from you guys. Obviously done a lot neater according to your guys' PAT, and not scribbled on like mine. So I hope this gives you a brief idea. I'm going to quickly draw up an elevation on the side just to kind of give you an example of what an elevation must be like. This is not, again, something you should be copying or doing last year's PAT. This is just to give you a brief idea of what is expected of you. Okay. So basically with your elevation, I'm going to do a chat switch. I'm going to just erase all of this so that we don't see this rubbish. Okay, yours should be on a different page, so don't do what I'm doing. I'm just trying to make this as easy for you guys to understand. It's basically what you're going to do. Let's start by just getting a nice solid bottom line here. Okay, so basically what you're going to do is you're going to take 2 measurements or 4 measurements down, so the wall measurements, your roof line measurements. So you take the same measurements as your floor plan, and then you're going to get the height of the building. So I would say mine's 4.5 because that seems suitable. Actually, let me make it 4 for now, just so that I can show you guys how the roof would look. So there, that's where my wall ends over here. And then we've got my roof line, so obviously we've got that part over there. And the tippity top, so let's go to, maybe I've got a really high roof. Okay, then it goes down, say by 1 maybe. Okay, so they are going to ask you what elevation they want. So it might be north or the front entrance or whatever they ask you for. So there would be part of my thing over there. Then we've got obviously the walls. So you've got to again keep this to scale. And basically all you're going to be doing is basically the same thing that you do when that's a bit skew. Okay, is when you do your civil drawings, right? So it's pretty much going to be the same thing. So then we've got our doors, so let's just get our door measurements and our window measurements as well, just to give you guys a brief idea of what is expected of you. Okay, then we've got our window measurements. Do you see how it makes it so much easier when you just use the same measurements? So obviously you can't draw it on the same page, so you can't bring it straight down. But maybe what you could do is you could put this picture in front of your other one and then like bring the lines down. Don't obviously draw it across your paper over here, it would look neat, and then go from there. But what I'm trying to get at is that there are so many different ways for you to get your measurements for your PAT, so it should not be difficult at all. And then we've got the windows, so I'm just going to make them a little bit shorter. And do not freehand, use your rulers at all times. Okay. Okay, and then don't forget, you've also got to do your thicknesses of your windows and your openings and all of that. Mine don't have openings because I just want to do something basic. So, and then as well for your door. Okay, we go over there. Okay, so basically that's pretty much what they are asking of you. Let's just have a look here. Okay, prescribed reviews shown, that means the ones that they told you to do, you need to do. External walls covered drive-through, so that you would have to show on this PAT. All door and window detail, Dutch gable roof detail, including rainwater items, so that would be your gutters and stuff. So you would have stuff running across here. And then maybe you've got a rain pipe here. Okay, so do you see, it's pretty much just like your civil drawings that you do in your workbook. Okay, wastewater disposal system, so you see it comes out the back here, so all you could literally do is just be like coming out the side there, because you're not going to see what's happening at the back. But if you had to pick this elevation, you would show, so say you got the side elevation here, for instance, because I'm not going to draw both, you would have the wash basin ones coming out like that, and you would label it kind of like that. Do you see what I mean? So that's pretty much what they mean over there. Okay, elevations drawn to the same scale as the floor plan, which is why I recommend taking the lines down, because then you can't go wrong. Okay, I'm not going to do a detailed section with you again. It's pretty much the same thing as if you did in your workbooks. So yeah, and then in the next video I'll go through a site plan, 2-point perspective drawing with you guys. So I hope this like kind of helps you to understand a little bit more what you need to be doing. Obviously I'm not using this year's PAT to explain this all to you guys. I'm using last year's PAT, but it's pretty much the same sort of idea, right? So I hope this helped you guys. Just make sure to keep your guys as neat, follow instructions, read your scenario all the time to make sure you don't miss a thing, and then you should be fine.